Today I'm going to make the biggest batch of cabbage noodles and kielbasa that you've ever seen made in a pressure cooker, because I'm going to use the GoWise Giant. It's 14 quart pressure cooker. It's so big that it weighs 37 pounds empty. Can you imagine? Here's the container. Look at this. We're going to fill this up with cabbage and noodles and kielbasa and some seasonings. But what's really cool about this is the coating is a ceramic finish, which you don't see in any other pressure cooker that I know of. Okay, so what we have here for ingredients, we have 3 pounds of Polish kielbasa. That's from ShopRite. We have 2 nice sized heads of cabbage, which I'm going to cut up. And I have 2 bags of hearty homemade egg noodles. These are the biggest, chunkiest noodles that I could find. I'm going to use that along with some crushed red pepper, a stick of butter, and some water. Okay, I'm going to get all this stuff ready and we'll throw it all in. Holy heck! I cut up so much cabbage it didn't even fit in the giant GoWise. Oh, just kidding. It's on a plate ready to put in. I just wanted to show you how I cut it up. So I took each of the head, I cut them in half, and then I cut them in strips, like small wedges, something like this, so that when you're done with cooking this, it's a nice bite-sized piece that you have to put in your mouth. Okay, we got 2 heads of wedges. Let's get them in the GoWise. That's a lot of cabbage. Spread it out a little bit. Alright, let's see. We're going to push it around a little bit as we get the rest of the ingredients here. 3 pounds of kielbasa. This is what it looks like. It's a lot of meat. I'm going to cut it up in small wedges, so it's also bite-sized pieces. So let me get that ready, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're going to add this to the pot. We're really going to test out how much this thing can make today. And if you do like this pot, I'm going to put the link below so that you can get one if you want one. But it's really a nice value because you can cook stuff for big crowds and you can cook ahead, and that's really a plus when you don't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen. Alright, I have a stick of butter. I'm going to throw that in. I'm going to season this with some red pepper flakes. I think that brings out the flavor really good in cabbage and noodles, and I think it'll taste great. Now let's add the noodles. Now looking at this pot, it's really filling up. But I'm going to add both bags. And what's going to happen as the cabbage starts to cook, it's going to get a lot smaller in there. Alright, we're just going to squish this down a little bit. You can get the lid on. I'm going to add 2 cups of water. The reason I'm putting the noodles on the top is because they're light and fluffy, and if we put them underneath all that weight, they'll get compressed. The steam in there will take all the flavors throughout the whole pot, and that's why I'm not worried about mixing it all up. Alright, I'm going to add the lid after I set it into pressure mode. Lock it into place, and then we'll set this. One thing I want to point out is what's really nice about the GoWise is it shows you how much pressure is in the pot. We're going to set the pressure manually, pressure time, and we're going to go up to 12 minutes. And when it comes to pressure, it'll start cooking, and it'll show you how many pounds of pressure are in the unit. Okay, watch it go and we'll be back. Okay, I want to point out, it just came up to pressure. Well, it's building up to pressure now. It's starting to show how many pounds of pressure are in here. It'll regulate to the right amount. Between 7 and 13 pounds for high pressure. So now you can see it went down to 11 minutes, and it's going to maintain the pressure that it needs to cook for the rest of the 11 minutes. Okay, we'll be back. All right, the cooking's done. Let's let the pressure escape. All right, let's open it up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right, some of the noodles on the top are still a little undercooked, but there's plenty of heat and water in here. So I'm just gonna stir this in, get all the noodles involved with the cabbage and the meats. Okay, I'm gonna add another cup of water here because the noodles are absorbing the water as I turn them in. And I think the best thing to do is put the lid back on and cook this another 5 minutes. Let me set this for another 5 minutes. And it'll come up to pressure faster this time because it's already hot. Okay, I'm gonna let the pressure out for the second time here. I'll be right back. All right, let's open it up and take a look. Okay. I'll stir it around a little bit. That looks better, doesn't it? I guess we could have started with more water to begin with. However, this fixed the problem. If I were to do it all over again today, I would add 4 cups of water to start. And I guess I would also mix in the noodles into the mixture a little bit more. I didn't want them to get packed down, and I wanted them to stay light and fluffy, which is what we have here. Nice fluffy noodles. And the Polish kielbasa continued to cook and has nice flavors going throughout this, I'm sure, because it really smells good. The cabbage is nice and soft, ready to eat. Look at that plate of food. And this made quite a large batch, as you know, by the ingredients that we put in. So if you have leftovers, you can preserve them in the freezer, or you can serve a big crowd out of this pot. Okay, I'm going to stop here and just end the video, but I hope that you get a chance to try a recipe like this using the 14 quart GoWise pressure cooker. Thank you for watching my videos, and if you like them, please subscribe.